Okay, so the first part I remember is that village where we live, and then and when we started to flee, it was not like a fleeing, it was more like a mass migration because the whole town fled, the whole town moved. People in the back, if you sit on a hill, looking at it, it's like the whole village moved away. In the afternoon, or a couple of afternoon later, the village became empty and silent. And we were the lingering family who were hesitant to move. And my aunt verified this with us, and that we moved as the last resort because the cannon and the soldiers were there, and they were threatening to kill any men who were in that village. The thing about the Secret War is that Hmong people were killing each other. It's not like we were fighting with the Viet Cong or anything like that. Not literally, not right away that we see every day. But it's just that Hmong people were on the other side and Hmong people were on this side. So the two struggle for some dominance, you know, and some control of some kind. And we, the innocent young people, the elderly people, are the one that suffer. We are the one that take the toll for that control, for power, that struggle for maintenance of some kind of ideology. You know, young person going through this war, we fled that area. I don't know where we go. I think from there we left to my mother's parents, and they were with the Vietnamese side because they're the Lo. You know, the Lo and the Li are the two contentious group, right? You know that back in the days. So my mother's family were the Lo, and so we went to live with them for maybe half a year in their village. And we can't say who we are because back in Laos, your word is your incrimination. So you have to just say you're a guest and you're visiting your in-law. Yeah, you cannot say that you are coming from another village and you want to stay there and for a while temporarily before you move. You say that, the moment they find that out, they'll kill your whole family. They want to risk the other group from, say we're from the General Empire side. We want to be infiltrating their group and we want to be in their group. So the moment they know you're in the group that you shouldn't belong, they'll kill you. But we're in the village because we have relatives who can support our story. They won't reveal us. So they say, yeah, they are my relative, they're visiting me, they're staying here for a couple of weeks, couple of months. As long as you have people who can support your story, you're fine. If you have people who can support you, then they'll kill off the elderly male, the father, the grandfather, because they say those are the ones that can fight. The infiltrator, they call those. It's what they call, we live day and night. Daytime we live with the General Empire, nighttime we live with the Vietnamese. I don't know, it's so hard for me to really see, but the way I see it, my father always hush and make sure we don't speak to anybody about where we're going or where we're coming from. We have to live life as if we are the resident of that village. So I remember we were with my grandmother from my mother's side. Bé nhà tài nè, thế giờ chị Trung chị passed away, she chôn tài thế cho đó lòng. We lived with them, and my father and them settled life as if they're a farmer, again, just like regular people. But I did not know, little did I know, they were planning to get closer and closer to the Mekong River. So we stayed with the in-law from my mother's side for about a year, half a year. Life was, for me, was just another village life, you know, interact with young kids, play with young kids, all village fun, full of kids. To me, it was just regular life, living again, moving to a new town and live again, you know. But I didn't think of anything else different, you know. I was young back then. I can only think of what kids play, right? So, but I only revealed to me later the whole plot was. So we lived with my mother's family for about a year, maybe close to a year, not even a year. Little did I know, the whole village that we lived there was the village that was trying to get closer to the Mekong River too.
So they also wanted to.
Mm-hmm. The whole village. My parents, they probably know, but we little kids did not know. So one day, my parents were gone to the field, and my brother and I were the only two left in the village. We were left alone, home alone.
Okay.
And my parent and my sibling, my younger sister, my older sister, they left to the other village over the hill. It's like half a day or 2 or 3 hour walk away. So we remained at home. I think it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, somewhere when the sun is out and the roosters are crowing, everything like that. I went outside. And I normally see a lot of Hmong people walking out and doing their regular thing, like tending to their livestock, or, the pig, feeding the pig, or, things like that. Carrying water, going out, doing a lot of activity. I normally see a lot of Hmong people. But that morning, to my surprise, there was nobody. It was empty. Suddenly, everybody's empty. The whole town is empty. You can see houses, but there's smoke coming up only, but it's all quiet. Very few rooster crow. I see dog and animal walking alone only. And it was like a weird, strange thing. I never experienced that in my whole life. I got scared. So I tell my little brother, I don't know where everybody is. I don't know where everybody went.